What's going on, guys? Paul here, and in today's video we're going to talk about how you can streamline your whole onboarding process into a single automation, from storing your client's data into a CRM, from sending a welcoming email with all of the instructions, from storing all of the information into multiple folders in Google Share, creating them and sharing them with him, and ultimately creating a Slack channel and inviting your client to it in order for you to communicate efficiently with him. Now let's see how you can actually build this. So this is how the automation is going to look like. It starts off with a webhook in order for us to capture the response from a Google form. This is the form that we are going to be using. It's a very, very simple basic form. Of course, you can iterate all of these forms, all of the attachments, all of the CRMs, everything to your liking. This is just like a simulation in order for us to see how it actually works, this automation. Now, in theory, you would complete yourself this form after you have already completed the meeting with him and you know all of the details of your collaboration, so on and so forth. So you'll fill in, let's say, his first name, last name, company name, email, the service you want, maybe, I don't know if you are a content creator, long form content or short form content, and his address. These are, of course, some simple data. But after you have completed this whole automation is going to be activated through this webhook. It is a simple webhook, and I have shown you in the last video how you can connect your Google Forms to a webhook in order for it to capture any responses and to start the automation. After that, we have the first action that this automation is going to complete, which is to create a client task in our CRM. I'm using ClickUp for this example. Here we have a create a task module from ClickUp. Of course, you select the workspace, the space, the folder, the list, so on and so forth. And at the task name, we put the company name, and after that, we have to fill the custom fields with email. The welcoming letter is set to pending. We have pending and send. After that, we have the name, first name, last name, email, and the service and the address. Here is actually our ClickUp board. It is going to look a little bit like this. So we have the company name, the name, email, the service that we have chosen. The welcome letter being set by default to pending, but after we are going to send the welcome letter, it is going to reset it to send. And we have his address. So again, really simple data storage, but you can iterate this however you like. Here with the service, if you have in ClickUp CRM, for example, a field that is a multiple select, you can actually map the response like this. So you have the service, the service that he has selected in that form, and you have to use the switch module, which is pretty easy. You just have to read a bit how it actually works right here. So basically, it has this service that he has selected, and we have two choices: the short form content and the long form content. If you select both of them and you map this whole area, you are going to get codes. For short form content, you are going to get this code, and for long form content, you are going to get this code. Now, what this formula actually does is, if the service is short form content, it will actually display this code. It will map this code, which will automatically choose short form content in our ClickUp CRM. If the selection is long form content, if the service is long form content, it will select this code, which will map, of course, in our CRM, the long form content option. So this is why we use this formula. Okay, so the next step is actually sending the welcoming letter. Here we have a send an email module. Of course, we select the email address from the webhook, a subject, welcome to the team, first name, and an HTML content. We use HTML in order to make the email a bit more personalized and have like hierarchy, have headers, have color in the text, have hyperlinks, so on and so forth. So it's more engaging with your customer. And this is how it is going to look like. I am going to give you, of course, the link and the blueprint to this whole automation. So you're going to have all of this content down below in the description. You can pause it and you can read it. But essentially, we have welcome on board, first name. This is like a header. And after that, we're through to start this journey with you. Here we have a link to a presentation of your agency, let's say. And after that, if you have any questions or need further assistance, please do not hesitate to reach out. and we give him a PS section where we say, you will receive another email soon with the links and all of the documents needed for the project. And after that, we have to switch the status in our CRM from pending to send. How you're going to do this? You're actually going to have to list all of the tasks in your CRM, because you do not have access to this module because it's in another branch. So we list all the tasks and we edit a task with custom fields. You just get the task ID from this module and go right here to the welcome letter and switch it to send. And this is the second action in this automation, where we send the email and update the status to send. After that, we have the third action, which is creating a main folder with two others subfolders. So we have the main folders and let's say two other folders like a calls folder. And here we have, let me look, because I don't really remember. We have the documents folder where we can store the NDAs, the contracts, so on and so forth. We do not have to share these two folders. We are only going to share the main folder. So here we get another module with get a share link. We get a link for the main folder and we send it to him via his email right here. So we, in the email address section, we are going to input his email and the email message. This is the link to the main Google Drive folder where we store all of our documents. This is pretty simple. And then we send a mail with, again, it's HTML, so we make it a bit more fancy, let's say, where we are going to give him the share link. We are going to give him some other information, like we have sent you an invitation to our dedicated channel for seamless communication in Slack. And we give him the name of that certain Slack channel. We have sent you an NDA document. We just tell him that we have sent him so that he can look in his email so he can find that NDA and sign it. And here he can book a brief meeting with us, and we are going to give him a calendar link so he can do that. Important note, if you don't see this, please check your spam folder. So if he doesn't see the links to the other documents, he has to check his spam. It might happen sometimes. Okay, so this is just an email to inform him of all of our documents that we have created and shared with him. And after that, we are going to create the Slack channel and invite him to that specific Slack channel. We're going to set multiple variables. Here, what we are going to do is get his first name, last name, and write them lowercase. Let me actually show you what this actually does. So let's say his first name is Paul, last name is Shandor. We are going to click OK, and he's going to output this Paul _ Shandor, so we can name that that channel properly with his name. So it is going to be like Paul _ Shandor line AIGC or whatever you want here, and make sure it's set to private, this Slack channel. After, you have to invite that user. This is going to be another trick that I'm going to have to show you, because you cannot directly invite users through make.com. You should be doing it manually, but if you use an HTTP module and call the API from Slack, you can actually do that in the make.com application. So let's see how we can formulate that. Here we have a HTTP make request module where we have this URL. This is information that I've gotten from Slack API. You have to go to api.slack.com/invite conversations invite shared. I'm going to leave again a link in the description so you can access it more conveniently. We are going to use an HTTP module with the post method. Here we have to embed this URL. So you copy it and you paste it here, and the method is going to get method is going to be again post. In headers, you're going to have to name the header authorization, and here you say bearer and your you need your token that you're going to get from your profile in the API Slack. So do not share this with anybody. I'm going to blur it again because this is confidential. So you write bearer and your code right here. After that, the body type is going to be raw, content type JSON, and you are going to have to put this code in here. So channel, emails, and external underline limited equal to true, set to true. Here you have to put the channel ID and the email of the client that you want to invite to that certain Slack channel, and pass the response. So this is going to be, it's pretty simple. After that, this whole branch should work. Now, in whole, this is the automation overall. It can do a lot of things. If you, let's say, attach this, create a document for sending an NDA automatically. Just the document name, you can name it whatever. It's a pandadoc create a document module. You're going to have a template for an NDA so that you can create it, fill in the roles, and automatically fill all of the parts that should be completed by you or him, and then actually send it to him. So you are going to automatically send him an NDA. He's going to sign it. You are going to get it back. All in this automation. Again, pretty simple. And you can start your automation again by just connecting a document from PandaDoc with this module watch documents, and whenever that document is being completed, this whole automation is going to work and is going to run. But for this example sake, I used a Google Forms. Now let's run it once and see how it actually looks. Okay, so here we have the automation. Here we're going to click run once. The webhook is going to start waiting for a response from our Google Forms. Here we have our Google Forms. Let's complete it. Let's put some random names: Andrew, Robinson, whatever, company name, Apple. Email, I'm going to put this email so that we can see the results, my Yahoo email. Let's select long form content and address, I don't know, whatever, USA. Of course, it's just a trial. Now we send this form. This automation should, it should work right now. It has been activated. You can see all of the modules that are being completed right now. We have created a client task in our CRM. The folders have been created and the Slack channel has been created and the user has been invited. Let's watch what has happened in our Yahoo. So this is the first email. Welcome to the team, Andrew. This is how the email looks because we used HTML, so it's a bit more aesthetic. Welcome on board, Andrew. Here we have an agency presentation. If we open it, it's a random PPT that I've put in here just so you can see that it works. So you can now, of course, add your whole presentation here. So this is the first email that we have received. After that, we have the onboarding email where we have the main folder. Here we have the Google Drive main folder that has been created, which is called TechFlow AI X Apple. So his company. We have the documents folder and the calls folder. Here we have the NDA that it has been sent, the Slack channel with the name of the Slack channel, Andrew Robinson AIGC, a booking link that is going to get us to a Calendly booking link where we can book, of course, a meeting. And this is the second email. After that, a folder has been shared with you. Of course, again, if we wouldn't have received this, we should have checked our spam folder. And here is our Slack invitation for Andrew Robinson AIGC. So if we go to our ClickUp CRM here, it should be another one. So Apple, name Andrew Robinson, the email, long form content, just as we selected, send, and here is his address. And if we go to the Slack channel, here should be Andrew Robinson AIGC. This is the new private Slack channel where we have invited our new client. And this is the whole automation. Of course, you can customize it however you want, but this was just an example of how much you can actually do in one single automation and how much time and money you can save with it. If the last part with the Slack channel has been a bit confusing, I'm going to make another tutorial video on how you can create a Slack channel and invite users via this HTTP request module. But if you have any questions, if you have any requests, please comment them down below. I'm going to read them and I'm going to try to answer all of your questions. If not, hope you enjoyed it and have a great day, guys.